Hello everybody, we're back again in beautiful Taylor Creek Park on what I would ordinarily describe as a beautiful fall day. Leaves are on the ground, we're starting to see the colors, and yet the temperature is in the 20s and I'm wearing shorts. And welcome to 60 Plus E-Bike Adventures. My name is Gord and I create content for older riders who are getting into e-bikes. Today is going to be a short video on climbing hills on an e-bike. I had done some other content a couple of weeks ago, but I ran into some sound problems and I wasn't able to shoot these sequences. So today I'm going to take you through a few hills on my GoPro and show you a little bit about what that experience is like when you have the advantage of pedal assist. Before I get into that, I have what I might describe as a little bit of a program note. I forgot some of my equipment, including my microphone and most especially my collapsible tripod. So I've improvised and mounted my phone on the handlebars of my bike. So that's what this looks like. Well, we're back on the bike. Hopefully my GoPro is working a little bit better today. I'm new to GoPros, and this is an early model, probably first generation. And the one thing I didn't realize was that the waterproof removable back door actually obscures the microphone. So I've changed that, and hopefully the sound is better. Before we get to our hills, I just want to share some of this beautiful ride with you. I'm in Taylor Creek Park. And even though it is fall, you can clearly see the leaves on the ground. Everybody's wandering around in shorts.
No, when they came out the river.
I'm going to come to two forks in the road. If I bear right, which I actually don't want to do, it's going to take me right down to the river. You actually can travel a path right through the river. It's only a couple of inches, but it can be slippery, and I don't want to get my feet wet. Instead, I'm going to be branching left, which will take me over a small bridge. And here's one of those paths right here. Let's take a chance. And you know what? We're going to very carefully cruise through this next one. I tend to take those pretty carefully. Once as a kid, about 50 years ago, I took a pretty hard spill. We'll be coming up on a couple of hills that I want to show you and how I negotiate them on my e-bike. Coming up on them now. I'm actually going to approach this from the other side because I'm going to give myself a running start, and there's no reason not to do that. If you were riding a manual bike and you had a hill coming up, you might try and get some momentum beforehand. So for these hills, I'm going to jump to pedal assist 3 or mode 3. I'm not too worried about my gear right now. I'm going to get some speed. Looks like I'm in 5th gear, which seems high for climbing, but I'm going to be okay for a minute. Down to 4th. 3rd. Maybe down to 2nd now. But that's all I'm going to need to finish up. Now we're back on level ground, and hopefully you get a perspective of what I've just climbed. That would have been extremely difficult on my manual bike. Now we're going to come up on a longer hill. This bike, I think, will do 15 to 20 degrees. I don't find throttle much help. Pedal assist is what's going to do the job. So we're going to gear down a bit. I'm in third level. Gears are sticking a bit. Doing 20 clicks. Notice that the surface is quite rough. And when you're climbing, every bump produces a loss of kinetic energy. Some riders, if they're able to, will lock their front suspension so they don't bounce as much. I've never had front suspension until now, and I kind of like it. Look at me, 13 kilometers an hour, second gear. I could do that hill manually, and have done many times. My knees are a little sore at the end of it, but this is pretty easy, pretty quick recovery. So here we are. Hopefully the camera isn't too distorting. After this stop sign, I'm heading into the first of 2 to 3 inclines that I have to climb. And of course there is a stop sign, and I'm obliged to abide by it. This is where pedal assist is a great advantage. We do have to respect stop signs, especially when they're all-way stops and other people are stopping. Just zapping through can be confusing and frustrating for other people using the road. And again, a little bit of a climb. Easy on the electric bike. I'm not even in the lowest gear, and I'm zipping right through it. Again, I got that amazing throttle to help kick me off the start line. At this point it's easy, and we've just about crested. Another stop.
So to wrap up this segment, if you're a beginner and you're curious about what it's like to climb a hill, that gives you a little bit of an idea. Keep in mind, your experience of climbing hills is going to be influenced by a number of factors: the type of bike, the amount of torque, your own fitness, the weight capacity of the bike, and how much weight you're carrying. All of these will be factors that affect the climb. For me, e-bikes have made it simply easier to climb hills. Just as in general, I go further and faster with the same amount of energy, and therefore I'm inclined to ride more and more. I hope you've enjoyed this segment. I'll see you next time for 60 Plus E-Bike Adventures.